Hey Planner fam, it's Lawanda. Today I thought it would be a great idea to end 2019 with a 2019 planner overview. So I'm just going to go over the different planner systems that I had, what didn't work, what I changed them to, and then what my planner goals are for 2020. If you're not subscribed to my channel, just hit subscribe. Just do it because you want to be a part of my family, be on this journey with me, because why not, right? But I am truly trying to remake and redo my life, and I want you guys to be a part of the journey because the more people I can help on my journey, the further we'll all go together. So if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for still joining and rocking with my inconsistent self, because I know how I can be. So to start the year, I actually started off with a happy planner. Ironically enough, I don't know where it is. Oh my God, that is so funny that I really don't know where that planner is or like what happened to it or whatever, but that lets you know that it was not my favorite. So I did have the Socialite from the Happy Planner Girl launch. I had the Socialite planner, and I started off in the planner okay, but I started to kind of lose my way with the planner, mainly because I didn't like the color setups, and at that time being a neutral planner wasn't a thing for me. And it's still not a thing. I want to be clear, I'm not all neutrals, but I do like having a basic planner setup where I can make it whatever I want, because sometimes I want color, sometimes I don't want color. And you'll notice a lot, even when I go through my bullet journal, that sometimes I just go back to blacks and beige and creams because that's just the way I am. So that planner was a fail. I don't think I made it out of February with that planner, and even in some previous videos, it was becoming difficult for me because I was just not happy with the planner. So on the other things that I had, I was using this Happy Notes as a budget planner, and it went okay. I was using it to track my Amazon deliveries and stuff, and never used the savings. And this was the big Happy Planner notes, and just little things that I was using it for. It worked out, but then I realized it was too big and I wasn't using all the space, so I kind of retired this. And it also allowed me to use my big Happy Planner budget expense trackers. Now in 2018, I was a big Happy Planner user, and so I had so much big Happy Planner stuff that I had to figure out something to do with it. So, but now it's just sitting there on the corner. Now I'm not going to flip through this one because this is my work planner. So I got this cover from Le Cinq d'Août, the 5th of August, and there you go, shop LCA. And I got this planner cover, and I was using the Mom Life Planner for work because this is when they came out with the dashboard layout, and I had my brother write my name in it. And I absolutely loved this planner until I didn't, but I used it the whole year. This is probably the only planner that I used the whole entire 2019 because it was my work planner. And I had my word of the year for work. And just, things. I don't know if there's any proprietary information in the beginning, but I know I got real deep as it went on. So things that I was responsible for, then I started sticking note pages in there. And to the point, I still love the dashboard layout. It's just the colors. I had a color issue, and yeah, so I had to retire this, but I used it all the way up. And then what I did is I took December out of here and I put it in a Happy Notes. Let me see if I still have it. Ironically enough, on the Happy Notes, I used the Socialite cover. And these are some things that I have that I'm actually going to resize and put into other planners. But I used the dot grid Happy Notes, and I pulled December out. And then I have notes in here for work, and I'm gonna keep this actually at work because I do like being able to pull out the pages and write stuff in. Even though I will have another planner, this will definitely stay as a note staple at my job. So it was actually in my computer bag. And I needed to put that back in my computer bag. So 2019, I was introduced into the world of traveler's notebooks. Traveler notebooks, I never knew existed. Now you have to remember, I didn't start getting into planning till late 2017 by picking up a Happy Planner at Michael's. So I had no idea that there was like a cult of planner people out there. So when I found out about this, I wanted to give it a try, and this was a pocket size. So I got these inserts from City Girl Planners, and I did some covers over it. And I tried, oh, okay, so I know I got this printable from Scrap Craft-tastic because I wanted to have like a monthly layout. And that's the problem, I think, coming from a Happy Planner. I am so used to having the monthly and then the week, the month and then the week. So when you go to something different, sometimes you don't get that setup. So I started this in January. I think I got it in January, and I back planned when I first got it. And you know, the quarters were cool. So just trying to get used to having a kind of like a smaller planner, and it worked out. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I actually found joy in planning this in this little planner. So that was the first quarter. In the second quarter, I really did enjoy it because it didn't require much effort. And somewhere in here, I tried out some dailies, which worked, but it became a hassle because I didn't understand, like with the daily, I wanted to decorate, so I didn't understand like how to decorate in the daily. And around about August and third quarter is kind of when I stopped planning. And you'll see why. It's funny that it's August, and so I did my birthday layout, and then I just started writing affirmations in here every day. And then once that quarter ended, I never quite got into the fourth quarter. I tried, but I just couldn't. Mainly because I was introduced to a new planner, which is my Printpression Weeks. Well, it wasn't just Printpression Weeks, so we're not going to put all that heat on Printpression. It was It was Printpression and my Stalogy. So actually, my Stalogy came first. And I never really did much to the Stalogy. I just kind of went with it when I first got it. So let's see, when did I start? May. Okay, so May I started using the Stalogy, and this is really when I just kind of threw the whole Happy Planner away, apparently. And I'm trying to see that I kind of stopped. So this was more of my decorative planning. And then I kind of got serious with doing a bullet journal, because if you remember in the Why I Started Planning video, and if you haven't watched that, check that out. I'll link it above. But in that video, when I started planning this, I wanted to do a bullet journal, but they looked so complicated and so just hard that I was afraid to do it. But then I started with this bullet journal, and this is an A5 Stalogy, and I absolutely love it. I am gonna start at A6, but my goal is not to start at A6 size until August, because I'm born in August, and that's a big birthday for me, so I want to start there. So my goal is to finish this all the way to August, and so I've kind of already started on my 2020 and just doing some little things just to get it started, but I will go ahead and finish that out probably tomorrow. But it's just the ability just to flip back and see what I created. It's just, I don't know, it does something for me. So I really love my Stalogy. Sometimes I fall out of love with it, but now that I have my PP weeks, my print impression weeks, I can find a way to put my decorative here and just be creative, or journal. So I think for going forward, my 2020, this will be more of journaling. It'll still have a monthly layout, it'll still have some trackers, it'll still have some goal settings, but it's going to be mainly for how I feel or things that I need to get off my mind. And then my PP weeks for 2020 will be used for my kind of decorative planning. I'll still decorate, but it won't be as intense. So PP week started in August, so that's when I got it, and so you can see the transition. So I struggled in making my own little kits, then I bought a couple kits, then I went back to making my own layouts, and I even started to do December here because I said to myself that I'm not going to waste this, and I think I said that in my 2020 lineup. Well, I lied. I am going to waste it, and the reason why I'm just going to let it go and just let this be 2019 is mainly because let me make sure you guys can see as I flip through very quickly just the different layouts, mainly because the biggest issue that I had when I wanted to find something is that there were no tabs. And there were no tabs because I didn't think tabs were important. Lesson learned until you try to go back and find something. And I was doing a lot of weeks on 2 pages, and so it made it very difficult to tab. So I am going to stick to a format, and my goal is to finish my 2020 PP weeks with a week on 2 pages only, and not a week on 4 pages. But I just really want to push for that. And I really enjoyed the PP weeks because it kind of gave you the box fills of like what you got with the Happy Planner. But then you kind of got, other things that you can kind of play with, and that was really it. And even the notes section, I had a notes where everything that I purchased online, I tracked it, how much I paid, and so forth. So this is being retired, even in the purple case, because as you guys know, I have a black PP week snaps, and I'm starting to set this up now. So I did get some tabs. I forgot where I got the tabs from. Same place I got this from. I did try to line the inside of it with some paper, but apparently there is I need to fix a part of it because it's sticking. There we go. This is sticking there. But I did put some paper on the inside. I'm having an issue with this. I am going to put kind of like my vision board here that I just created. But when I try to pull this back, it pulls this up. So I don't know what's that all about. But I do want to put my vision board here and my name in a picture. So I reprinted my January kit, and I went ahead and made a February kit and put those in there. And then now I have tabs to find stuff. And finishing this week with a black and white theme for the most part. A lot of these stickers came from this kit that I used from Chic Blossom Print for the month before. And then I went ahead and I did my online tracker, my planner wish list, things I want to buy, and just kind of preset this up. Have my tabs, which I took the time to count, but they're a little crooked, but it's okay. So, and this is going to be mainly my on the go, along with my Kate Spade. So yes, I am using Kate, and I've been trying to set her up. Yeah, make sure there wasn't nothing that you guys shouldn't be seeing on there. I got some tabs from Planner Press, and they're crooked, but it's okay. And I'm just starting with the Sesame printables, which were cool. The only problem I had with them, because this is a personal size, is that the file, I couldn't, I really didn't want to print the whole thing. I wanted to only print like first quarter, but I couldn't figure out how to print. just the quarter and pick the pages, and it was just too much work, so I went ahead and print the whole thing out. And so a lot of this is my self-care. So all of this is about, you know, my goals, my personal goals, self-care stuff. I do have quarterly in here, which I am making this kind of my social media planner. I do have this recollections planner that I was using as my social media planner. Yeah, let's say I stopped in March, and I can still use it, so I'm not going to get rid of it, but yeah. Yeah. But I am going to use this just to track and trend some things. Not that I'm trying to be a social media influencer or anything of that nature. It's just that I want to be able to document more stuff and see growth and be able to see where I came from a numerical standpoint. So then savings, challenging. Then I have my affirmations. I got this from City Girl Planners, and I'm planning to start filling those out. And then I got some finance tracker. Then I got my cash envelopes and change cards in the notepad from Marlene Plan to Create. Simply Gilded pen. So boom. These two are my on-the-go planners. If it can't fit in my purse, I need a bigger purse because we're not gonna have those problems. But those two, between self-care, finances, and household, like regular planning, that's why those go into there. This stays home, mainly thoughts and stuff until this is done. And when this is done in July, I will start my A6. So I am looking for an A6 cover for the Stalogy that I will have. A6. It's not that I don't like the A5. I think sometimes because of how I want to kind of come into more journaling more, I don't want sometimes the page size can be overwhelming, you know? And so if I want to journal, and sometimes I just want to just, like, some of my reflections just says shit got real, and that's it. And sometimes you need to just write that down, you know? Sometimes I need more space. I don't know. So these will be going into 2020 with me. These will be going nowhere. No, they'll go on my shelf. And then another thing for 2019, I switched my budget. So I was using, I forgot about this. I had this Foxy Fix from a Traveler's Notebook A5 that I was using to do my wellness logs. And I got these books just to stick in here for notes and stuff, grid pages. But I was using the A5, or I guess it would be the Petite Planner from Erin Condren. And here's more quarterly financial goals and so forth. This is cool. This is the actual negative, I guess, from when I foiled the inside cover for the Stalogy, so I kept it. And so then I was doing my budget planning here. So I started in July. Then I started kind of making my own little kit and trying to change things up to where I like it. And it worked out. So I'm going to keep this up. But I think for the next year, I'm going to switch to a printable format monthly calendar and just use some pages. But really cool. And now I have this grocery list set up, so I know what meals are doing, and groceries and so forth, and just notes. So this is my budget planner, and it will stay home. And then my Boss Bay is my cloth and paper A5. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I love the rings, but I know why people do disc. And if I'm so nervous about the rings that I wish I would have gotten a cover. And so next year it may be a cover. Just because I understand the half letter and punching the paper, because I like to pull the paper out to write on it. So and I kind of already marked some things. The biggest reason, the biggest thing why I moved my budget planner into something that was A5 size, and I want to keep these on the same size, is because my job is changing my pay structure come July. So right now I get paid every other week. and I am trying to tighten up my budgeting, streamline. So I've gotten rid of like all of my subscriptions and just trying to refocus on the basics, because my pay change is going to be a big change, because I'm going from bi-weekly to the 15th and the last day of the month, and to be paid on that schedule. So I kind of mark like all these weird paydays. That's my son's birthday. No, it's a holiday. That's my son's birthday. But the weird paydays going from every other month to this system, I forgot June, it's going to be a transition. You know, being able to stretch gas, being able to stretch food allowance, and having to readjust that and so forth. So I want to get to the point where I'm stuffing my cash envelopes and budgeting for those variable expenses like food, gas, fun, and stuff like that on a monthly basis, because this is a big change, and my husband still would be bi-weekly. So we're going to have to get adjusted to that. So there's more to come there. So these are going to be some of my business goals. I do have some things that I'm still working on in Canva that I want to put in here. My inbox, I have my focus on transparent and my be intentional, because this is my phrase of the year. I know it's supposed to be a word, but it's not just intentional. I need to be intentional about everything. So then I have my inboxes, task list. And one of these task lists, which is this one, I'm dedicating to collab. It's so funny, at the end of the year with my job, we always do a summary of everything that you've done, helped, and so forth. And because I have assigned accounts, I can't be on a production, because it doesn't make sense. I can't do contracts just to have my numbers up. And when you're assigned to certain accounts, they may not be up for 2 or 3 years. So a lot of times I'm helping other people with their contracts and doing other things. So when the end of the year comes, they're like, okay, so how did you walk on water? I'm like, I can't remember. So I'm now keeping this as a collab, and I'm going to label this as collabs and to-dos and urgents and stuff that I do for my boss and my boss's boss and stuff, just so I can get credit at the end of the year. And I even put my boss and my boss's boss has a tab that I'm going to redo, because for some reason when I printed on my printer, these would not dry and they smudged and created a mess. So I'm going to redo those and just label it. But yeah, those are important that I need for work. Now, right now in here, I have this stopping at July, because I'm thinking I'm going to take these out and just leave the first half of the year, because I want to be able to move this freely. And then I have a notes book in the back. But I want to be able to move this freely. But I am using this as my work. So for next week, because I haven't put anything in it, it's like, have you check your inbox, because I will have the inboxes there. And I'm actually going to label an inbox for each provider that I'm assigned to, so I can write what I did, what the issue was, have we resolved it, check it off, and so forth. And then I think a lot of this might be that is an inbox. Yep, that's the inbox. It's not really proprietary there, but just things that I want to do at work. And then I use this quote that I found from Posh Plans that says, my awareness frees me because I choose to take my power back. And just things that I need to do. So nothing really proprietary there, but yep, using this for work. So this is my work, baby. And I got this from Marlene Plans and Creates. I thought that was so cute. And like I said, I'm gonna put my vision board here. And I don't have a word of the year from work. Last year I used Emerge. I think I'm not going to use one. I thought about exposure, because I have been doing a lot of research about exposure and success and how they're related with each other, especially in corporate America. So that may be something I'm doing there, but it's just my workload has just been unbelievable this year. So hopefully I can, get things together. So on a daily basis, when I go into the office, these 3 are coming with me. This will probably be in my computer bag, but these would definitely be in my purse. Like I said, this will stay home. These two will definitely stay home. That's so funny. So when I'm out in the streets, all you're gonna see is the black, right? But I'm at home, you're gonna see pink and purple. Well, you know, that's rose. We're not gonna get into that. So that's funny. So this is my 2019 overview and partial of my 2020 setup. I hope that I didn't ramble too much and that it made sense. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And let's get into 2020 and make it a great year. Energy. Y'all know how I feel about energy. Energy. Oh, I heard a new quote. So I'm gonna use this quote, but it's not my quote. I just seen it somewhere, so don't get me. But energy is like currency. Spend it wisely. I just like to think on that. Oh my God. Well, anywho, energy is contagious. If you put forth good energy, it will come back into you. Guys, until next video, you guys be safe, be blessed out there, and I hope you all have a prosperous 2020. Take care. Bye.